Today we're going to try to install this blade fuse kit for the Volvo 240. So the Volvo 240 famously has the torpedo style fuses. They're very unreliable and make poor electrical connections. This kit should modernize the 240's fuses, give them much easier to replace standard blade fuses, and just make the overall electrical system more reliable. I bought this kit for about $150 from FCP Euro, and all that came in the kit is this bar here that has one end that you put the fuses in and one end that the wires go in and out of. There are three Spade connectors on the back of this. Not really sure why there's three, so let's hope the old one matches up. A very standard box of blade fuses, so should last you pretty much forever. And this kind of non-instruction sheet here that just tells you what the fuses do. That's written on the car itself, so I'm not sure how helpful that's going to be, but let's take a look. Obviously the first step of this job is going to be to disconnect the battery, so make sure your car is someplace where you're not going to have to move it for a while, and disconnect the negative terminal of your battery and make sure that it can't hit the chassis or the battery post. So here are the original torpedo fuses, or whatever you want to call them. They are prone. Sometimes, you know, the classic Volvo 240 thing is when something stops working is to come in here and give these a little twist to try to re-establish contact. I've had a little trouble with the power windows in these fuses in the past, although honestly, not too much trouble, thankfully. But yeah, there are the spades on that side, and theoretically all we have to do is transfer those wires to the new one, put in the fuses, and we should be good to go. Let's see how challenging this is when we actually try to do it though. Alright, so now's a good time to either take a picture or write down the order of these fuses before we get started taking anything apart. Don't forget that you also have the fuses, their locations, and their amp ratings on the inside of the fuse cover here too. Alright, we're going to start by taking out these two Phillips head screws. This one here on top, if you can see that, has a ground wire, so don't forget that when you're there it is. It has a ground wire, so don't forget that when you're reattaching it. That one looks like it's going to be a little tricky to get to. This one should be pretty easy, but let's start with the easy one. On my 91, these are T25 screws. This top screw is a little tight. I'm using a T25 driver with a 1/4 inch socket adapter on my 3/8 inch ratchet. That's a mouthful there. But you know, figure out a way to get in there with a right angle driver or a little 1/4 inch ratchet and adapter, and loosen up that top screw. All right, now that it's unscrewed, let's see how much room we have to work with here. It's a little bit stuck. Looks like there might be some adhesive holding it. There's a little bar here this was already cracked when I started this job, so I guess I'll just snip this out of the way. Yeah, pair diagonal cutters to cut that, or just move it out of the way. Alright, it's free. Let's see how much room we have to work with. That's going to make or break this whole job. Alright, it's not too bad. Looks like we have a little more room on the bottom than the top. Be careful not to lose anything. I got a bodgy home job there. I don't know what that's about. All right. So we gotta transfer these over. All right, so that matches up pretty well there. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start on the bottom and work my way up. I'm just gonna take out each spade and put it in the exact same spot on the new terminal block and work my way up, and hopefully I don't get too confused. I'm about a third of the way done switching the spade connectors over. Just be really careful to keep all of the connections straight. Put them in the exact same spot. It's very easy to get confused, so go slow and just make sure you have a system, because it's very easy to put one of these in the wrong spot. But I'm just gonna keep at it. Alright, there's the new terminal bus, or terminal bar, all wired up. Honestly, that wasn't so bad. Maybe 45 minutes to do the whole thing. Here's the old one, and you could see, if we look carefully, there's some corrosion on those where the fuses, right, see, like right here where the fuses make contact, and that's why these things are, see the corrosion, and that's why these are so unreliable. So replacing it hopefully will get me some better electrical connections. Maybe my power windows will go up a little bit faster. We'll have to see. Let's get this back together first. Okay, remember when I said that there was a ground wire on this top bolt? There wasn't, so that was wrong. There's this zip tie that was holding right here, and that was holding the wire loom, and I thought that was a grounding strap, but it's just a plastic zip tie. The top bolt just has a washer on it, and that little that what I thought was a wire is actually just a plastic zip tie that was just sort of going to that washer. So no grounding strap for the top. There's nothing to ground, it's just plastic. I should have realized that, but yeah, just bolt it back together, and then we'll put the fuses in. All right, so that's all back in. It's time to put in the fuses. Got a nice pretty collection of fuses here. One problem though, these fuse amp ratings, 5 amp, 10 amp, 15 amp, 20 amp, 25 amp, don't really match the fuse ratings from the original Volvo. So we have 8 amp, 60 amp, 25 amp, 8 amp. So I guess you have to decide how you want to round. We'll do 10 amp fuses for the 8 amp circuits, and we'll do 15 amp fuses for the 16 amp circuits. I guess that's what we're going to do. Most of the fuses you'll need are 8 amps or 16 amps, so you have to decide whether you want to use 20 amp or 15 amp or 10 amp or 5 amp fuses. I'm going to go with 10s and 15s, and that's about it. So let's go ahead and put in the fuses. All right, I'm gonna hook the battery back up and hope we don't get any puffs of magic smoke coming out from under the dash. So far so good. So far so good. We'll shake this out over the next few days, make sure everything's working, but so far looks like this was a pretty successful job. Pretty easy. So if you're having electrical gremlins and you have $150 to spare, this job only takes maybe 2 hours start to finish, and it will modernize the electrical system on your Volvo 240 and hopefully get rid of some of those electrical gremlins you might be having. All right, let me know if you have any questions.